In this exercise, we will prepare a map that shows the location of different type of power plants in Maharashtra from worldwide data. In this exercise, we will learn data loading of shape and CSV files, exporting CSV to shape file format, clip polygon and point features using geoprocessing toolbox, rule-based classification of values using attribute table, symbology editing for polygon and point features, and map or print layout. Add a CSV file with the location of power plants worldwide. For that, go to Layer, click on Add Layer and then select Add Delimited Text Layer. Browse to the folder with name Power Plants and open powerplant.csv. Check the option Custom Delimiters in file format and point coordinates in geometry definition. Also check the CSV file in sample data section. Once you are done, click Add and close. The point features or the pink dots that you see on my screen represents the location of all different type of power plants that are active or operational worldwide. As I said earlier, we are going to plot different type of power plants present in Maharashtra. So we need to filter out and clip out all the locations of power plant that are present in Maharashtra. As this data is CSV, we need to change it to shapefile. For that, go to Layers panel, right click on World Power Plants, move to Export and then select Save Feature As. Provide file name and Save As type should be ISRI shapefile. Geometry type, make it point and layer option SHPT as point. Press OK. Let's remove the CSV file. Let's add vector layers for Indian administration. For that, we all know from previous exercise, go to layer, click on add layer and then select add vector layer. Browse the folder where I have provided you shape files of all Indian states with name ind_admn1. Open that, click on add and close. Drag this layer to bottom using left mouse click and hold. Zoom to admin boundary of Maharashtra. Make the entire layer transparent using symbology. Now activate select tool or select features by area or single click and click on administrative boundary of Maharashtra state. Once it is highlighted, go to vector tool in the menu toolbar, go to geoprocessing tools and select clip. Because we want to plot power plant location for Maharashtra, clip this area out. First our input will be power First our input will be world power plants and overlay layer will be ind_admn1 boundary. Always remember to check the box with selected features only. You got the clipped layer here. Remove the unwanted layers. So when you click the clipped layer, you can see a tooth-like icon on the right of it. This indicates that the layer is temporary and will disappear if you close the project. So to make it permanent, you have two options. First is to right click on the layer and click on make permanent option. This we did in previous Assam flood exercise. Here we will use export option to save this layer and make it permanent. We now want the state boundary of Maharashtra. Remove clipped layer and world power plant layer. I am going to use clip option for getting the admin boundary of Maharashtra. We now got the state boundary of Maharashtra. Export it as shapefile. I hope you all are familiar with these steps at this point. At this point, we have the state boundary of Maharashtra and locations of all the power plants in the state that we filtered out. Second step is to edit symbology. Before we edit symbols, I suggest all of you to open the attribute table of the layers that you have in your layers panel and understand the field and parameters well. This table have latitude, longitude, country, name of power plants, their capacity and primary fuel. Now select Maharashtra power plant layer, go to symbology. Change single label to rule based. So the symbology is rule based where we can add rules to represent our data according to our choices. Double click on the first row to add rule. In this window, give a label which will represent the class of your division. So here I am using primary fuel and its capacity for understanding or manipulating the symbology. So our first label is coal. Click on the filter symbol and here we write the rule. For that, see the highlighted area on the middle of this window. Then scroll to find fields and values. There double click on primary fuel and it will appear on your working space. From the left bottom double click to select equals to sign. First one. Then go to third and rightmost section of this window. There click on all unique values and select coal from there. Here you got all unique values for type of primary fuel in this column that are in Maharashtra. So you will read this rule as primary fuels equals to coal. You are filtering all the primary fuels that are equal to coal. Click OK. Now change the symbol color and size for the all power plants that have primary fuel as coal in the state. Follow the steps on the screen. I am going to use blue triangle for this. Now apply and OK. So these are the locations of coal-based power plants in the state. Again, go to symbology and follow the same steps for all other types of primary fuels in the state. Click on count feature icon to get the count of each item. Use plus icon to add next rule. So now when we have special distribution of all type of primary fuels for these power plants, let's see what is their capacity wise distribution in the state. For that, go to symbology and right click on coal. Scroll to refine current rule and click on add ranges to rule. Here provide the value using capacity field. Perform symbol settings as shown on the screen. Use blue triangle same that you have used for primary fuel. Change the method to size range. Use any mode of classifying values of capacity. I am using equal interval for this classification. Finally, apply this classification. So when I am zooming in, you can see these two triangles one over the other. First, let's understand why this is happening. Actually, when we add ranges to the current rule, the QGIS duplicates the symbol of the parent classification For example, coal. Let's resolve this. In this case, primary fuel, coal, etc. is our parent classification, and when we provide symbol to our added ranges, QGIS duplicate the parent symbol and reclassify the duplicated symbol according to new range. So the duplicated symbols which represent the range of coal capacity is drawn first, and the parent symbol or original symbol that represents coal is drawn later by the QGIS rule-based methodology. Because they are shown at the same place, of course they will overlap. So first, let's reverse their drawing order. One thing is to be noticed that only the symbol with first range is smaller than the original coal symbol, and others are either equal or bigger than coal triangle symbol. So this difference in size is the main reason because of which you see the two triangle appearance in rule-based classification. So along with changing the order of drawing these symbols, we also need to decrease the size of original symbol. For that, go to symbol level and give 0 to coal and 1 to the capacity ranges in order to reverse the symbol drawing order. Then double click on coal. You will find that symbol size here is 4 millimeters, and the symbol size given to the first range is 1 millimeter. Increase the size here and decrease the size for coal symbol. You can either keep it same or smaller than the symbol size of first range. Please keep an eye on the workspace to observe the changes when you are changing symbol size for the parent symbol and for also for the range. Let's go back to symbology and make similar classification to primary fuel hydro. Scroll to refine current rule and click on add ranges to rule. Select capacity in value field. Change the method to size range. Apply equal interval method of classification. Here I am using green triangle. In order to avoid the same problem with symbol size, decrease the symbol size for parent symbol hydro. Go back and make sure if everything is correct with this hydro symbol. Now let's make the use of same process to classify other primary fuels based on their capacity. At this point, let's first make the state boundary to transparent so that all symbols are visible. Go to symbology by right-clicking on the layer and click on simple fill, change color to transparent. So here is the classification of primary fuels based on their capacity. Once you classify all the categories, check their count and delete all the divisions with count 0 by selecting them and use minus icon to do so. I always encourage you to use different mode when you classify the values. I have used this just for demonstration purpose here. Press Ctrl and use left mouse button to select all of them at once. Can anyone tell me what these zero count shows in this classification? It shows, for example, you take the capacity range of solar based power plant. It has maximum capacity of 661 megawatt. But for coal range, but for coal, every range have some counts. That means 31 power plants have the capacity range of 1 to 661 megawatt and 2 power plants with the capacity range greater than 2640 megawatt. I hope it is understood now. So I have given you the shapefile of district within Maharashtra, and I expect now all of you to know how to add it and change its symbology. So this is a small task for all of you. I hope you will all be able to do that. Now let's add a base map to our workspace. For this, go to web and find ISRI and then there load ISRI standard map. I want to change the color and increase the transparency of district layer. If you want your different layers to have same color, use copy color and paste color option like I am doing on my screen. So now when we have included all the data in our workspace, now it's time to create the final map layout in which we will have grid, scale, north arrow, etc. I hope you all remember the steps that we go through while creating the final layout. For this, go to project and then select layout manager. Click on create, give it a name and press OK. So whatever data you have created in the workspace, using that you will create layout. For this, click on add item of menu toolbar here. Click on add map, use mouse to drag the rectangular shape. Here we want to add more than one map in final layout. We want to show the location of a state in a country, which we will do here. For that, before adding second map, you need to lock first map layer and then add another map. Because here we want to show the first map of India, and in second map we will put only state boundary of Maharashtra and locations of power plants. So if you don't lock the first layer, all this information will be visible in both the maps. So when you have locked the layer, go back to your workspace and switch on other layers and come back to layout and add another map. I hope you understood what I'm saying. Now you can activate the map inside the rectangle by clicking on Move Item Content in the side toolbar. You can adjust the extent using the mouse scroll after clicking this. So to inactivate content of the map, click on Select Move Item on the side toolbar. You can see a panel on the right of the screen. This is where you are going to edit all the properties of the map layout. First, go to Item Properties. Adjust extent. Start by adjusting extents of the map so that it fits into this rectangular box. We have performed these steps in our previous exercise as well, so I will skip it here. Add legend. Go to add item and click on add legend. Create a rectangular box with the help of mouse. Use mouse to place it. Drag it where you can see all the items. Remove all the unwanted items in your legend by clicking on it. Before you remove unwanted items from your legend, uncheck the auto update button by clicking on it in legend item and use the minus icon at bottom to complete the task. Now because this legend cannot be adjusted and looks good in single column, I will specify the location where I want to split the column. For this, double click on the legend item from where you want to start a new column. I am using Hydro on my legend. When this window opens, scroll down and there you will find an option with columns. which says start a new column before this item. Check the box if you want to do that. Because I want to make it as symmetrical as possible, I will use 661 to 1321 range of gas, and in the same way others too. I want to split the column where I have oil so that category looks better and more symmetrical. This looks better, I think. I hope you all know how you can make your legend look good and have good data visibility. You all know what to do with fonts and formatting, spacing, etc. property. So please try it yourself. I am doing it on my screen and you can revise it. Add frame to it. Get back to our map. Add frame to it and change the thickness. Now let's create a grid for this map. Click on grids, click on plus icon. Adjust the interval for x and y value or latitude longitudes for your map. You can provide instruction where you want labels of longitude and latitude. So do this step for both the maps. I want to add same color to the Maharashtra boundary in the first map that I have used in second map. For that, go back to workspace and change its color. Before that, always remember to unlock the layer in which you want to imply those changes and keep another layer locked. Next, add north arrow. Choose any north arrow of your choice. Now add scale bar to your map, and you all are familiar with all these steps. Now add label. On the side toolbar, use add label, or you can also go to add item for the same option to add title to your map. Create a rectangular box with the help of mouse. Use mouse to place it. On right in the item properties, format the label. Give it appropriate name in both the maps. Change the font style size. Keep it horizontal and vertical alignment as center and middle. Add frame and background to it. I will copy the color so that I can use the same color in other map. Okay. And try to check if everything is on place. Let's modify subgroup heading as capacity in megawatt and add legend title power plants in Maharashtra. Check all the items in map layout and readjust them if you want to. Lastly, now let's export the final map using. Yes, so now bonus tip for all of you. When So when you have such case and you have to make multiple maps like this in a single layout, you must be wondering this is a lot of work to make grid and add titles to every map every time. Okay, so I will suggest a shortcut for you which you can use in your work and save a lot of time for yourself. For this, first work on the single map. Okay, complete everything on the single map, add grid to it, and add all the styles that you need in your first map. Okay, then right click on the map. Once you are done with your first map, right click on it and copy and paste. You will get a copied version of your first map. So in this case, we want to get into Maharashtra. So we just need to adjust the extents for it, and you can completely get out of adding and modifying grid, frame, etc. every time. Do same thing for north arrow and map title. Just do some editing in the end. Of course you have to modify a few things, but that will be a lot less work for you. However, you have to create a new scale. So now we want to add our power plant location to second map. For that, go to workspace, but your first layer or first map should be locked and activate the data you want in second layer. Again, go to layout and zoom to get refreshed map. I hope you will use this trick in your work and save your time. Don't, don't forget the copy paste option for fill color and other things too. Okay, so I hope you all have learned few new things and you're going to apply this in your work. Thank you.